You know that COVID-19 and the pandemic has changed the way we do business forever, worldwide. There's a lot of bad that has happened in that, and we feel for those who have lost loved ones. There's also positive that has come from it, and business has changed. There's some things that are not going to be as good. There's some things that are going to be much better. And we're going to talk about both those and how you can position yourself as an entrepreneur so that you can take advantage of it. All that and more in this episode of Agorapreneurs.
Welcome to Agorapreneurs, standing for liberty and freedom, all done peacefully. Now, here is your guide, Terry Brock.
Hi, I'm Terry Brock, your guide here at Agorapreneurs, where we talk about the idea of freedom and liberty for the entrepreneurial lifestyle. That's where the preneur part comes in, the entrepreneurs, and Agora is about living life voluntarily and peacefully with others, never initiating force or coercion. Peaceful living with people together, and talking about how you can get ahead and what you can do on that. We're going to be doing this in many different ways and a lot of videos you want to tap into. If you haven't subscribed already, hey, what are you waiting for? Hop over there to bit.ly/libertylover. Notice that's as one word and all lowercase. You use that and you'll get a chance to get over there and see what it's like and see that. Well, we're looking at a lot of changes that are going on in our world. As a matter of fact, I was looking at today's Wall Street Journal and I saw something I thought was kind of interesting here. It said these technologies could hold back business travel indefinitely. Now, it's interesting because they're taking a rather negative view of it. Hey, it could hold back business travel. You say that as if it were a bad thing. Well, I am a business traveler myself, and I see what they're talking about here. It does make a lot of sense, and we're going to see some major changes that have taken place. They talk about here in manufacturing and all that. But really, the key is there are opportunities opening up right now for entrepreneurs that can see it and seize the moment and do it the right way. The article here talks about how it really has changed, and I think it's justifying and backing up what I've been talking about for a long time with my clients, showing them the many different ways that it's going to change. Here, let me make this a little bit bigger for you so you can see this a little bit better here. You know, it's a sunny morning there in Eugene, Oregon. They go up and they see a manufacturer, and they're seeing that a lot has been changed because people are now realizing, hey, you know, we don't have to always make these trips. I like the way that they put it here that they're talking about this. I'm still stuck at home on the opposite coast, relying like many of us on ever-growing array of tools that allow me to do my job remotely. In this case, I'm getting a tour of Acromoto's factory via FaceTime. Mr. Fraunheimer, the man they're talking about here, is carrying me around on an iPhone, pointing things out, getting me up close to the machinery and parts and half-finished vehicles, fielding my questions. For me, it turns out to be a reasonable facsimile of actually being there, minus the 8-hour flight, and stay at a Dow Jones-approved discount hotel with continental breakfast, that is. I'm thinking somebody doesn't like traveling as much. This is written by Christopher Bibbs. I love his writing. Great guy there at the Wall Street Journal. And I think it has changed. Now, business is different. People used to say, golly, we're going to have to send a salesperson from here in Orlando, Florida to Seattle so she can be with the client. They're going to meet for 20 minutes for the deal and all that. And it takes a day to get there, probably a day with all the fussing around, the things you got to do there, and then another day to come back. And then you're kind of in that jet lag mode or so coming back. So you've lost a lot of time. Plus, all the expenses. But now our world has changed in that we've seen, hey, wait a minute, a lot of this stuff can be done remotely. The article goes on to talk about what's happening in many areas. I thought this was exceptionally well done. People are seeing that. For instance, they're using FaceTime now as a form of telepresence to conduct factory tours without need for fancy robots or chunky headsets, is but one of the ways Mr. Fraunheimer has moved the bulk of his work at Arcimoto to a remote model. For meetings, he relies on what he calls his Future Cube, an insulated, soundproof shed in his backyard. It has power from his house, broadband, very Starlink satellite internet, and most of all, none of the barking dogs who used to interrupt his calls. You see what we're doing? Business is adapting. We are adjusting, and we're realizing we can do this. We've got better bandwidth today. We've got better video, better quality video. We've got better audio than we've ever had. And most importantly, business leaders around the world, as I talk to them in many different countries, from Israel to Russia to Australia to many other areas, we're seeing that they're now open to the idea of doing business via video. And what does that mean for you, entrepreneur? Well, it means that you've got some real good opportunities here. It means you're going to be able to get out there and be able to see a lot more. Matter of fact, one of the ways that you could do that is with live streaming. Live streaming is done, I find, exceptionally well with Restream. They're a sponsor of ours here, and we got a link here so that you can save some money, actually get some money, get $10 credit when you go from their free plan up to the paid plan. And if you go to bit.ly/restream4u, you're going to get some coins that way. And more importantly, you are going to get a way to reach people on many different platforms, up to 30 platforms at the same time. Talk about leveraging business and getting out there and doing it. This is a real good way to do it, and I encourage you to look into it. So there's a lot of options there, and what you really want to do, here's a real key. You want to learn to make remote personal. Just like we meet physically when we do that, and we're shaking hands, we're seeing each other, we're saying, okay, great, we've had that physical connection, and we say, all right, we're going to be with people, and we're going to get the job done. I want you to creatively think, how can I do that remotely? This is something I talk with clients a lot about, and they're getting real good results, so that we can have that connection that's almost like being there physically. You are able to move beyond the boring meetings, terrible thing, those boring meetings. There's certain techniques and certain technologies you can use. I've been showing this to clients on a regular basis, and I can help you on that. Just give me a holler, and we can set something up, and I can show you some of the ways that we're doing that, so that what you're doing is more business. Instead of taking all the time for travel, let alone all the expenses that are there, you're going to be able to do this from wherever you happen to be and make sure that you can connect in a very personal way. That is the most important thing, and it's really what we want to do. I've also got some resources for you over at terrybrock.com/resources. You'll see some tools that are there. I can get some commissioned on some of those as an affiliate, and you'll be able to see and get some tools that can really help you in your business and grow. And if you want to reach out and get in touch, best way to reach me, email terry@terrybrock.com. You just drop a note, say, hey, Terry, I'm interested in getting better. Me, my team, I work with a lot of teams, showing them how to get a real advantage by presenting on video in a professional way, getting the job done and doing business and making the remote much more personal. That's the key, and I'm looking forward to hearing from you. Thank you very much for joining us today here on Agorapreneurs. We're all about your freedom, liberty, and being the entrepreneur that you are, reaching out to achieve the goals that you want. Whether you're an entrepreneur on your own or maybe operating within another enterprise or organization, whether you're a solopreneur or part of a much larger enterprise, we are here for you to help you get the skills and the technology, the right thinking of mind, right frame of mind, how to increase your connections, building those relationships in business that matter. Don't forget, we've got the 5K program, help you in creating content, no charge to you. You go over and you can look at that at terrybrock.com/5K. Notice the K is lowercase, and you'll be able to get that information, no charge, and you'll also be able to sign up for the newsletter that we send out, the Agorapreneurs Power Report, so you stay right up to date on what's going on. And if you need to reach me, my email is best way to get in touch with me, terry@terrybrock.com. Hey, thanks for being with me today. I'm looking forward to hearing from you.